Thank you, Monica. Nursing home and hospital employees, EMTs, firefighters, police officers. They are all on the front line of this pandemic. What they witness each day is hard to envision. One thing we can imagine, how their day-to-day battle to keep people alive and healthy could create stress that may have lasting effects. As he does each and every night, Dr. Jeffrey Gardier joins us to discuss the psychological impact of the pandemic, especially on the front line. Doc, let's talk about the long-term impact on these everyday heroes.
Absolutely, Bill. They are our new heroes, our superheroes, but they're not superhuman, and therefore they are experiencing a lot of emotional and physical issues, but primarily they are experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder. And as you know, and many of your audience members know, this is something that happens that you develop after facing a traumatic event. And many of these frontline workers, medical workers, they've been exposed to extremely long hours, treating all of these patients, some with COVID-19, many of them working many, many long hours, watching their colleagues die, knowing that they are at risk of dying. And so even getting the virus themselves. So this is a perfect storm for them to develop this PTSD, Bill.
Doc, let me ask you, soldiers returning from combat, cops on the day-to-day beat, even, pulling cars over have experienced this. We've had firefighters dealing with traumatic situations. It seems the difference here is we've added in another group, in part because of fear of catching the disease and the round-the-clock work. So is the same advice going to hold true to these EMTs who have been kind of added to this mix of cops and firefighters who have been dealing with trauma for decades?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the most important thing they need to understand is that they do need to debrief. They do need to talk to other people. They do need to get psychotherapy or at least counseling. And they certainly do need to get some rest, or they will suffer in the same way that other frontline responders, such as police officers and EMTs, have suffered for quite a long time.
Okay, get some sleep and talk it out.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Doc.